1 and a 2 and a... Better luck next time, Wall.
What is the meaning of this?
Just picture it, Heimerdinger. The greatest bomb the world has ever seen. Invented by me!
But don't you know we have doors?
I make my own doors, Heimerdinger.
I won't let you get away with blowing a hole in my lab, and I won't let you build this bomb. Put that out this instant.
Go forth, my beautiful bomb. Go forth and explode to your heart's content!
Hello, bombers and bad guys. My name is TBSkind, and welcome to Sig's Hex something boom explosion game. It's the rhythm game that Riot pretty much just put out today, alongside the Ruined King. The Ruined King, which is going to be the main game that we're playing on this particular channel. But I figured I should take a look at this one as well, and I've been playing it for a bit, and what I can tell you is that I really want to have fun with it. I would really like to. I'd really love to have fun with this game, but I'm not having fun with it. And the main reason why is on screen for you right now. This is the keyboard controls for the game. You jump with spacebar, you drop down with D, and you throw bombs with K. And you can't change that. You cannot reassign the keys on the keyboard. Like, you can't change it to, like, because I played the game with that control scheme for a bit. It was like, that doesn't really work for me. I'll reassign it to something else. I'll just change it. I do the up key for jump and the down key for drop and then spacebar for throw a bomb. That, to me, feels very intuitive. Like, that's kind of how I've been playing games on the keyboard for a long time. Hell, maybe I'll do W and S and then the spacebar so I can play the whole thing with just one hand rather than having to split it between two hands. No, you can't. There aren't even any alternate control schemes. Space D and K is all you fucking get. And you can play with a controller, obviously. My controller is dead right now, so I can't use it. Maybe that's more fun. But on the keyboard, this sucks. Like, this sucks. This control scheme straight up sucks. And that may just be me. Like, maybe that's because I've been gaming for 30 years and I have 25 years, probably more. Well, no, actually, it's closing in on 30 years at this point, isn't it? Maybe it's because I just have, my decades of gaming on a keyboard where I have, my way of doing things. But Space D and K are just the most... I don't know what the fuck they were thinking here, but that's the most unintuitive control layout for a game like this I have ever experienced. It's bizarre. I don't know why they did it like that, but more than that, I don't know why it's not rebindable. This game has three buttons that you need. 3 buttons that you need to play the game, and you can't rebind them? What, do you need all the other keys on the keyboard for something else, game? Am I missing something here? And if it sounds like I'm a little worked up about this, that's because I've been playing the game with that control scheme, and I've been getting progressively just more and more annoyed with it, more and more frustrated, more and more angry that I can't change it, because, when I'm playing, the game is good, or rather, the game could be good. There's a good flow state. The music is banging. The game is fun. You get into a flow state. I'm following my instincts. I'm following the rhythm. I'm feeling it. And then, because I'm not actively paying attention to my hands for half a second, all of a sudden they decide, oh, no, we're going to do the intuitive thing that we have always done on keyboards in order to do these actions. And I fuck up an input, and my entire flow state is lost, and I get... It's screwed up and I can't get back into the groove and I have to restart the entire level. This has happened I've been playing for well over 2 hours, and this has happened over and over and over. I haven't progressed. I haven't gotten past the first 2 levels because I keep dropping inputs that I don't mean to drop. I know I need to throw a bomb here, but instead of pressing the throw bomb button that they've decided, I press the throw bomb button that feels natural to my hands, and I drop an input, and I get knocked out of it, and it just becomes this exercise in complete frustration. If they patch this out so that you can reassign the 3 goddamn keys on your keyboard, this is probably a very fun game, but until then, I have not enjoyed myself. I just haven't been able to. Every time I start to have fun with it, the keyboard scheme, the controls just take me right the fuck back out of it, and it's very frustrating. And it's also... This is shitty. This is shitty. This is low rent. This is like indie game on Steam levels of kind of shitty. Like, well, no, actually, it's not even fair. Indie games on Steam have rebindable keys all the time. This is a basic feature of game design that every single video game in the world should have. Rebindable keys. It's like, it's the basics of the basics. Like, not having that is either the weirdest oversight I have ever seen in my life, or it's actively disrespectful to the players, not only for accessibility reasons. Like, some players, like, if you only have, like, this is a fringe case, I know, but if a person only has one hand, playing it like this, like, I'm sitting here trying to put, like, my thumb on the spacebar, my pointer finger on the K, and then my little finger on the D, that's not a comfortable hand position, especially if you have smaller hands than I do, or a bigger keyboard. Like, if a person isn't able to use both hands, which is not that uncommon of an accessibility option, it's accessibility issue. Like, it's just baffling to me because it's such a little thing. This is not like some whole game design change the entire, like, whatever of the game. It's not even, it's just make those 3 keys activate with different keys. This is such a tiny thing. And I don't understand why it's not there, especially when they did do good stuff. Like, they took their time to create colorblindness options for multiple different kinds of colorblindness to help players. They clearly understood that this is something necessary, but then just the fucking... I can't do jack shit to rebind the keyboard, and I don't understand it. I don't understand why I cannot rebind the 3 keys that this goddamn game needs to work. Because that's been the thing that trips me up consistently, the whole time. I want to have fun with this game. I want to enjoy it. And like, occasionally I just...
only inventor in town.
For a second, I get to. Just for a bit, I get to enjoy it. And then the control scheme fucks me up. But that's enough complaining from me. Let me try and show you the game. Okay, you saw there a couple of times that I dropped some inputs, and that was specifically because, again, I was in the flow state. I was, like, enjoying the game. I was having fun. And then my brain just went, oh, no, you're pressing the wrong keys somehow. And that... I had to restrain myself from not just restarting the level immediately because it just annoys me. What's good about the game? So I'll talk about some of the good things now. The animations...
Demolitions is back! That's me. I'm the Dean of Demolitions.
The animations are great. The music is fucking banging. Like, there's some fantastic tracks that I've heard here. What the fuck am I supposed to do here?
Let's do this.
Oh, I'm just supposed to... Okay, so one of the gimmicks of this thing, as a rhythm game, by the way, which is one of the things that's really cool about this game, is that, as you can see, I can do wrong inputs on purpose. I can, even if I'm not supposed to, I can like, right? And the thing is, like, so long as you do the right inputs, like, so long as you actually hit the input timings that it tells you to hit, like here, then you can freestyle. You can kind of choose your own, like... So I can drop down here instead of just letting myself fly up. Like that. Even though the game isn't really telling me to do that.
Got you. That's the stuff.
And that's pretty cool. Like, I imagine once you get to a high level of this game, that'll be incredibly fun. Being able to sort of add your own flourishes. And the game definitely is designed such that you're supposed to do that. Like, you're supposed to add your own flourishes and freestyle. Because, like, I've noticed multiple times in the levels, there are items that can only be gotten if you intentionally do... It's really hard to talk and do this at the same time. There are items in the levels that can only be gotten if... Fuck off! If you intentionally do wrong inputs. Air quotes wrong. Like, if you do your own thing instead of following the prompts directly. And so long as you don't collide with anything or get shot by one of the Piltover Wardens like I just did there. Then the game is, like, happy to just let you have it. Then the game is happy to just let you freestyle and let you do things and like fuck around and do whatever the hell you want. It's more than happy to let you do that, so long as you like manage to still hit the prompts that you're supposed to do in time. Like, for example, if there's a jump prompt, you can jump before the jump prompt and then double jump on the normal jump prompt, and that still counts. Like, that still counts as hitting the prompt. You hit the right button at the right time, therefore it counts, even if, like, instead of single jumping, you're double jumping. That's fine. And I like that. That's a really cool concept. That's something that, like, I feel like probably is gonna make...
Paper beats rock, rock beats scissors, scissors beats paper, explosions beat everything!
Which is gonna make the game really fun in the long run, I suspect. Like, in terms of a mastery curve. And I also like that the game restarts instantly. Like, there's no loading time if you fail, or if you choose to restart because you want to do a 100% perfect. You just press R and you're instantly back in it. Yeah. Another thing that has annoyed me about the game is that, like, sometimes it's really hard to read what the prompt you're doing is supposed to do. Because, like, I'll see Ziggs moving, and I'll see him, oh, he's about to collide with a thing, or there's, like, a Piltover cop over there. I want to bomb them, or, like, I want to jump on them. I want to bomb them, or I want to jump on them, or, like, I want to do a thing that seems like it makes sense with the level geometry. God, it's fucking impossible to talk and do this at the same time. Like, for example, there are times when Ziggs is, like, just running over an edge, and sort of naturally I'll want to jump. I'll want to jump instead of like, just falling over the edge. Or something like where you... And that's me playing the game wrong, to be clear. Like, that's me, like trying to read the game as a platformer. It's really not a platformer. It's a rhythm game, or it's a music game. It's about the rhythm. It's about doing inputs to the rhythm. You're not really supposed to worry about falling into a hole or whatever. You're just supposed to worry about following the prompts. My criticism there is that the level design, like the visuals of the level, sometimes they take me out of it because, again, instinctively, I want to read them as a game level. Like, as a level where I'm supposed to navigate obstacles and like, worry about... Oh, I'm gonna hit that thing, or I need to take out that enemy, or whatever. And the game punishes you for that pretty hard. I feel. And that gets a little frustrating sometimes, too. And that's more a function, like, I think, of me needing to learn the game than a substantial problem with the game itself. But it is a thing of, like, the aesthetics of the game kind of insist to me that I need to read this. Yeah, that was me making a mistake because I was talking. God damn it. Okay. And, like, the game will also definitely punish you for trying to take an alternate route with a different input. Which, like, sometimes, like, again, that's a thing of, like, sometimes I feel like I'm playing the level and I see, oh, there's an alternate path through the environment. What if I do a different input and then I go down that path instead? And the game is not very happy for you to improvise like that. And that's like a criticism I have, that the game has this ostensible gimmick of, like, being freeform. But if you don't follow the inputs that it sets, like, you can only be so freeform, right? And I think there's a game mode later where it's, like, completely jazz, like, where you have to determine your way through the level yourself, the way that I'm describing here. It's really hard to talk and do this. I think there's a mode like that later on in the game where there are no prompts and you kind of just have to make your own way through the level. And once I have mastered it enough, if I can rebind the keys at some point, please. Yeah, fuck off. Then I think that's probably going to be really, really, really fun. But so far, I've had some frustrations trying to get there. Not the least of which being the unrebindable. Like, I can't get over. I can't get over how stupid that is, that you can't rebind the keys. Like, that's... Like, part of me feels like that must be an oversight. Like, that must be something that they just kind of forgot to implement because they thought everyone was going to be playing with a controller or something? What do you mean wrong? I was following the beat. I wasn't. Clearly. But yeah, I think this is probably a really good game. Like, I think it's a much better game than I have experienced so far. I think it's a much better game than I have been kind of allowed to enjoy. Because the goddamn, like, just the control scheme, it bothers the piss out of me. And every time I fail an input, not because I didn't know what to do, not because I wasn't on beat, but because, like, K just is not intuitive. Like, D and K and space just aren't an intuitive control scheme. They just aren't. Like, I maybe your mileage may vary. Maybe to you it's completely fine. Maybe to you it's not a problem. But to me, no, those are not intuitive buttons. They just aren't. They can't be. I do not accept it. If they fix the rebinding, or maybe if I get my controller recharged and the control scheme on the controller is better, God, I hope so. I hope it's not like R2 and L2 or whatever. then this is probably a very good, really enjoyable rhythm game. But the way I have felt it so far, it's been fun, just constantly interrupted by frustration. Like, just constantly, and not in the fun way. Like, rhythm games have frustration built into them, right? Like, there's the frustration of learning the groove, learning to read the patterns, learning to sight read the levels, and like sort of really getting into the flow state and earning that skill. That's not the frustration here, because like in those games, and I've played a lot of rhythm games, the frustration is, oh shit, like I didn't see what to do until it was too late, and then like I missed the input, and that's fair enough. Here, I see what I need to do, I know what I need to do, but the controls are fighting against my muscle memory all the time. And that's a problem that would be so easy to fix if I could just change the goddamn buttons. Riot, I don't understand. I do not understand why you can't change the buttons. I don't understand why the controls on the menu screen are period and comma. Also, like, what the fuck is up with that? Like, I know, okay, you're using the arrow keys here to shift through levels, but again, like, couldn't I just use page up and page down for that, and then left and right to control them? The control scheme in this game is so fucking weird. Everywhere in the game, it's so weird and unintuitive and strange, and I don't understand it. I don't understand why it was done this way. Like, it feels like it was built 100% for the controller first, and then keyboard and mouse was just say, fuck it, I don't know, just do whatever. Like, I don't know. It at best, having no option to rebind the keys is a severe accessibility oversight, and at worst, I feel like it's actively disrespectful to the players. Like, this is not a complicated feature to implement. Anyway, I'm gonna stop complaining about it now. Let's have a look at some of the cosmetics, because there are some fun ones. I do want to get to, where is he? Master Arcanist Siggs, my favorite Siggs skin. He's in there. There's also a Jinx Siggs, which I think is fun. There's Teemo Ziggs, which is also hilarious, like where he throws puff caps around instead. Bilgewater, Sugar Rush. And then, unfortunately, there's also Battle Boss, which, like, in this game is not a very good skin either. It's like, it's the worst Siggs skin by far. Bomb Artiste, which I think is nice. Commander Video Siggs, which is a reference to Bit Trip Runner, which is the previous game that this studio has made. So that's all cool, and that's all unlockable in-game, no microtransactions to buy costumes. Thank you. That's the... It's fucked up that that's so unusual these days. Then there's these things. I'm not sure what they are, except that you, like, use your blue things that you acquire through levels to assemble them. They do something. Who knows? Then there's extras where you can watch the cutscenes, and that's about it. It's a pretty bare-bones game all around. Like, it's a small game. It's a small rhythm game that I really want to enjoy, but at the moment I can't. Please patch in the ability to rebind the controls, and then I will probably have a very good time with this game and be able to recommend it. But right now, in good conscience, I can't, because, like, that's just not acceptable. It just isn't. Anyway, if you've enjoyed listening to me complain a lot about a game that really should be a lot better, you can hit the like, comment, and/or subscribe buttons down below. I have a Patreon, a merchandise store, and a tip jar. You can use them if you want to. Memberships are available on this channel, blah, 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 self-promotion. Like, having ragged on the game so hard, I feel kind of bad about self-promoting. I don't want to... Yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching. Wear a mask, wash your hands, take whatever vaccines are necessary, and try to act with solidarity towards those who are worse off than yourselves.